Today we're doing a 3/8 drive ratchet review video. Also, the ratchets I decided on for my future DIY projects, automotive repair. As I always mention in every video, it seems like this was my first ratchet. I used it for at least the first 5 years. It's a Craftsman USA VJ44811, and at the time using it, I knew nothing better. I had no complaints, cheater bar all the time. But now that I have more ratchets, I can see how this angle cuts into your hand a little bit, and it's not the most comfortable ratchet. It's a little clunky. The action is also a little rough. I recently cleaned it out. I need to put grease in there. Right now I just got motor oil. I know that's not the correct lubrication, but I'll get around to it. But to me, this kind of sets the standard for the size of a ratchet I would like to have and use often. I'm not a fan of the push release. I try to avoid it, but sometimes I end up with them, and they are nice when your hands are greasy sometimes. So recently decided to upgrade ratchets, and honestly, until maybe 5 months ago, I used this ratchet for the last 20 years approximately of automotive repair. But I watched all you guys' YouTube videos, started buying a bunch of ratchets. First one I bought was an Icon. I don't know why I paid more for the gold. I just like it, I guess. I got it on sale, $44. Seemed like a decent deal. At the time, did not know it's not rebuildable. And after getting it, the action does, the backdrag feels a little high to me. But should work, plan to use it. Next ratchets I got were this. I needed a stubby. Got this Tekton. Super cheap. I don't know how much, anywhere from 10 to 20 to $30. Probably 25, I have no idea. But seems to work great. I've used it several times. Push button release. They didn't seem to have a non-push button one that was as cheap. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Could be possible. Next one I got was the Tekton Roto. I wanted a Roto 3/8. Actions, this one's real cheap. It's probably about a $20 ratchet. But I like the Roto screwdriver feature. So seems handy for just DIY projects in general. So I'm happy with this. I've used it a few times. Next one I got was the Icon long handle flex head. Wanted it for more leverage. I wasn't as down on Icon at the time when I bought it. I still thought they were an awesome deal. But since my last videos, I have researched looking for used Mac snap-on ratchets, Matco ratchets, and they're all very pricey. I wanted to have one in here as part of my collection, but for a used beat-up one, you're looking at 80, 100 bucks. And for me, I just don't see the value. I would love to have one and feel it, but for now, I'll have to live with what I have. So I'll keep an eye out on eBay. Eventually, I'm sure I'll find a cheap used one that I could get. We'll see. But I'm happy with this. I've used it many times. The locking flex head is not a big deal to me in my mind. You know, I'll be taking my time. I'll use a breaker bar. So to me, it's just more for getting around stuff, and we'll see. So far, I've used it. Works great. At that point, I thought, okay, that's it. I don't need any more ratchets. I'm good. But, you know, eventually, I wanted to get something better, higher quality. The only one I have that's rebuildable is this thing. So I didn't realize that. Once I did some more research, looked at prices, I was able to get this thing. Koken 3725Z. Super light back drag. I love this pebble finish. I don't know if you call it that. I like the handle. It's almost the exact same size as this Craftsman to kind of replace it as my go-to standard size 3/8 ratchet. So I'm very happy with this. I bought it part of a set, but I see these on the internet for about $50, I think. Wanted to get a longer handle, Koken 3726Z-280. This is a 5Z, so. And I like this one a lot. The flex head, the indent in the top. This one has no ball bearing, a lot of space. This one has a ball bearing that kind of lets you stop at the normal position. You can just feel the quality improvement over this. So for the breaker bars, for what the prices are, the Icon seems to be a better value. They're cheaper, they're clearly not as good, but they're much cheaper. But for the ratchets, I mean, I was able to get this delivered for approximately $110. Paid $90 for this. It's got more leverage, but as far as quality goes, I'll take this all day. Value as well. This seems like you could get for $50. The chrome version of this is $40. I would take this all day. Rebuildable, lower back drag, way higher quality, it seems like. Just based on the feel, looking at it, using it. The latest purchase is this Nepros, and I wanted to go off on a tangent here. And I don't know about Craftsman. I found this on the side of the road. I don't know what the packaging was, but I do know when I ordered the Tektons and the Kokens, these came basically wrapped up in anti-rust paper in a plastic bag. These came in little plastic bags with barcodes. You know, reasonably humbly wrapped, nothing fancy. I want all my money going into the ratchet. These Icons come in this heavy duty wrapping where it just seems like a waste of money to me. So here we are. I ordered the Nepros NBRC 390L. The reason I ordered it was $70. I thought that was a good price on the internet. All the other Nepros were well over 100. Most of them were 200. They were basically snap-on prices once they get delivered and taxes and all that. You know, this is Amazon, eBay. It's coming from Japan mostly. So for me, this packaging, just like the Icon, is just trash. I mean, maybe a collector keeps this, and now that they have it in the packaging, it's gonna be worth more 30 years from now. But for me, this just takes up too much space. I mean, you're gonna put this in your toolbox. My stuff's just piled up. I mean, I just throw this in the trash. So that's for me, that's trash. So I wanted to get a little 1/4" ratchet with a 3/8 head. I understand the Koken, I would have preferred it. But the price for this ratchet essentially is like $140 online, and for whatever reason, I found this one for $70. I thought it was a good deal. I went ahead and bought it. It's definitely got a smaller head, but the Koken 1/4" ratchet is not too much smaller, but significantly smaller and thinner. I'll keep this one over here on the side. So that would have been preferred, but for half price, and I would love. I've heard people rant and rave about the form factor of the Nepros and the chrome. I figured I would like to get one in my hands. I wish I could also have the snap-on, the Matco, the Mac as well. I'd love a locking indexing ratchet this long, 1/2 inch, would be great. But every time I look those up, they're like $300, and you know, this I'm looking for deals. I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. So very happy with this. Love the feel of the ratchet. Do not like the quick release, but apparently, from what I could tell, the Nepros are either all quick release or mostly quick release. And I didn't let it stop me from buying them. I figured it'd probably come in handy, but you know, it's probably why it was so cheap, $70. Because if you're going in, you want a small ratchet, that's when you don't want the push indent. But I've had issues where I go in and the socket falls off because you're trying to get in somewhere. So again, I would have preferred the Koken, but for half price, I'm not complaining. The Nepros are beautiful. So for the video, I measured a bunch of this stuff. As far as thickness goes, these are like 15 millimeters. Icons, this is 15 millimeter. Not exact. I mean, this is a pretty crappy measuring tool. Haven't measured this one yet. Let's see. That's 11 millimeters. Wow. But if I had the Koken, it would have been 10 millimeters. So every millimeter counts apparently. These ones are 14 millimeter. So you got 15 millimeters here, you got 14 millimeters here. This one was 13, so it's thinner. It's almost like 12 and a half. But it's got a bigger head than the Kokens. So I would love to have a Koken stubby, but you know, start getting carried away and next thing you know, it's a lot of money. So I want to have a balance of quality, low budget, mid, try out different brands, see what I like. I think I'm gonna like these. Hopefully one day I get to use Snap-on I keep talking about. Okay, so 15, 14, 12 and a half, 15. This one was 14 thickness, and yeah, the 11, and the Koken would have been 10 if I got the 3/4 inch. So as far as head width, 31 millimeters, icon, 31 millimeters. I assume these heads are very similar, but this one's not as rounded. It's actually 29 millimeters. No, sorry, 34 millimeters. So this head is significantly bigger than this head. Let's measure that again. Looks the same. Yep, 31. 34. So this is big. This is going to be huge. 43. 30. Kokens are real small. These things are real nice. The Zeals. 28. See, these are going to be the same. 28. And then this little guy. 22. So that's what I bought this for. Little access. Coulda, woulda, shoulda for double the price. I could have got it at 20. So 2 millimeter difference there. Yeah. And this thing is 17 centimeters compared to the Koken. It's also 17 centimeters. So, all in summary, very happy with every single ratchet you see here. I started to get a little buyer's remorse for these, but after further research, I'm not really seeing ratchets at this price point that are going to break, and you can go take in for an easy, quick exchange warranty. So I am now happy with this purchase. This is what it costs. I prefer this over a Capri or anything else that I've found so far. So I no longer have any type of regret for buying this ratchet. Very happy with it. Seems to work very good. It would have been nice if it was rebuildable, but honestly, my low use, it'll probably last beyond my life. So, summary, I like them all. By far my favorite. The Nepros is beautiful, but Koken is my all-time favorite. Perfectly balanced. The Nepros as well. Craftsman's pretty good. I guess you could balance them all. It's not any type of measure of a ratchet, but somehow it seems to matter how far forward or back that point is when you're using it, maybe. They're all very well balanced, it appears. This one's right on that curling. So, you know, if I was on a budget, a Tekton would work fine. I hate the quick release. A little bit pricier, Icon. I'm happy with it. Gotta have a Pittsburgh Pro somewhere. Guess I don't have a Pittsburgh Pro 3/8. I do. Let's buy the toolbox. This is my mobile. Missed one. I heard great reviews about it. Nice light back drag. I like the Pittsburgh Pro, except for now that I have all these better ratchets, the handle is horrible. I'd prefer just a metal handle, but I don't think the Pittsburgh Pro sells that. So it's a little too sticky for me. It's gonna get dirty for me. Now, after looking at a high quality flex head, or even an Icon, it's just slightly better. I mean, this, you see these giant gaps down there, no ball detent. And I plan to use and abuse these, and if they break, get them warrantied out. These, I plan to baby, because I bought them on Amazon. There's basically no warranty, and I'm hoping to get rebuild kits for everything I have that's rebuildable, and just keep those as a spare to when my premium ratchets go down. Hopefully I can rebuild them. But just comparing the Nepros and the Koken, this one's smooth, but you can feel the difference. This back drag is so much lighter. 90 tooth, 72 tooth. So this is a great value in my opinion for $70. Very happy with it. It's not exactly what I wanted, but when you're trying to save, you gotta be reasonable. I mean, does a DIY guy that barely does any work need 9 3/8 ratchets? No, but to me, they're all slightly different. They all serve their own purpose. These two are maybe the same. You can see the difference is the latest one I got, the first one I got, comfort grip, both rebuildable. This is not a quick release. This one is. The thing I like about the Koken is you could actually, the anvil comes all the way through, so you could get on there with your thumb if you need to. But in my opinion, these are two different ratchets. Everything else is clearly different form factor. So I'm very happy with the purchase. These two similar, but you see the difference. This one's longer, narrower head, rebuildable. This one, throw in the bag, forget it somewhere, no big deal. 25 bucks maybe. Let's get the measurements on this thing. Head thickness 32. Head width 32. Head thickness 13. .24 centimeters. So, very happy with all these ratchets. Look forward to using them. Maybe in 5 years I could do a 5-year DIY use review. That's how long it'll probably take me to actually put some real use through them. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Good night.